Hey, a bunch of people. Wonder what all the talk is. Did something happen? Ah, Mr. Detective, this is crazy. Something horrible has happened. Give me more. Villager claiming they saw Miss Kiku walking around. Everyone's freaking out. Is it possible that Kiku faked her own death? What? It's also entirely possible. What's going on over at the mansion? I don't know. The entire village is in panic. They're all saying that Miss Kiku rose from the dead, just like the legend. It's hard to write it off as just a rumor considering someone was just murdered in this village. Yeah. What you got? Read in the papers that this Akira guy is the suspect. People here don't seem to buy the idea, however. Yeah, we don't really know how good or bad of a terms necessarily him and his father were. Never heard the name. We've never seen them interact, so we don't really know. We won't. All I've heard about her is that she's a beautiful woman. No, I've never heard of it. Okay. Oh, I was going to tell you something, but what was it? Maybe you should click the remember prompt. Asshole. Alright, you're useless now. Excuse me, may I ask a few questions? Oh, it's her. Because maybe they didn't feel like drawing more portraits. Well, see, what did we tell you? Miss Kiku rose from the grave. Someone saying they saw Miss Kiku rise from the grave. Terrifying. Let's chat. I'd steer clear of that family. We all know something bad is gonna happen. Putting your own life in danger. Alright. Legend? The legends were true, but it doesn't end there. Even more horrors await the Ayashido family. Shouldn't be involved with that family anymore. I'm kind of getting paid to be involved. I can't really go back on that now, can I? Just go home. There's an arrest warrant for Akira Ayashido in connection with the murder of his father, Kanji. Really believe he's the culprit? No way. It's Miss Kiku's curse. I guess this is the curse the chapter's named after. Who's that? Okay, never mind. She was well known in this village for her beauty, like a flower that bloomed in the cursed Ayashido family. Well, maybe one day we'll get to chat with her and see how true that is for ourselves. Symbol to prove they're a true successor. Never heard of it. Sure sounds creepy. It kinda does. Don't ask me. Oh, it's so scary. Oh, she's shaking. That's how you can tell she's so scared. You shouldn't be involved with that family anymore. Just go home. Fuck. Station clerk? Do you got anything new? Yeah, may I help you? Guess I'll just run through all the... Can I remember? Nope. Remembering ain't doing shit. What's going on over the man? Okay, let's just run through all of it, and then rise from the grave, consider a recent murder. Okay, got nothing. Got it. Cool. Whatever. Just run through all the options. And if nothing's new or useless, oh yes, I don't know if it was Miss Yuri, but there was a gracious-looking lady walking towards the Ayashido home. Yo, what? Let's fucking go. Who it is? Who is it? Is it Yuri? That'd be really nice if I finally got to meet her. Then I would finally find this missing heir. Good morning. Sir Ball Crusher, Lady Cowdy is here. Who? Yes, Lady Cowdy is Sir Kanji's wife. She's in the living room. Huh. How's she holding up? She's looking pretty sad. You're... I'm John from Utsugi Detective Agency. Nice to meet you. Must be Miss Kaori Aishido. I know this is a difficult time for you, but may I ask you a few questions? My husband, Akira. Where's Akira? Where is he? Yeah, she's having a rough time. Husband dead, son suspected of guilt. Please calm down. Kaori Aishido, the woman currently breaking down in tears in front of me, is the late Kanji Aishido's wife and the mother of the prime suspect Akira. She's a world-renowned fashion designer. Rushed back from Paris and supposedly came straight here. Now it's an awful time for you, but may I have your cooperation? I want to resolve this as quickly as possible. Well, yes, of course. Alright, let's have a good old chat and run down the list. I have no idea what's going on. Where's Akira? Okay, that's your... I got nothing for this prompt. You have any idea where Akira might be? Clearly no. He didn't do it. He would never do such a thing. Akira's no murderer. I kinda believe that, simply because it'd be way too easy to suspect him. Way too easy. I have no idea what's going on. Where's Akira? Okay, that's your... Got nothing. No idea what's going on. Neither do I, that's why I'm talking to you. You really don't know much, now do you? My husband has a tendency to forget about his family. He was all about work. I can't believe this happened. You've been living apart lately. Akira, too. I know, you're a detective. Please find my Akira. That's all I have left. Please, I'm begging you. Okay, I understand. I'll try to find him. Akira's critical to the investigation. Finding him is top priority. She was in fucking Paris. It's pretty... No reason to doubt her alibi since she just... Yeah, exactly. Fucking plane tickets is all she needs. Okay, you don't have much to go on now, do you? How about Akane? She's not coming. Then can I go... What? Who's in the bedroom? Why would I go... Oh. Who's this guy? That's who. Good morning, Mr. Zenzo. Good morning, Sir Ball Crusher. Sorry for not welcoming you in. If I have the option to change the name in the other game, I probably will. Oh, Lady Kaori, Sir Kanji's wife, is in the living room. Yeah, Akane told me. Just spoken with her. That's so. After we spoke, I got curious about the tobacco case and have been looking for it. Tell me about this burn mark. How did this happen? Akane doesn't know either, she says. Huh. Nothing outside of what I've told you already, which you haven't really... I just can't find it. Perhaps Sir Akira took it somewhere. Tried asking Akane, but she has not seen it either. I see. I just don't want to believe that Sir Akira took it. What do you know? Did you notice anything else? Ellipses. Sorry that I cannot be of any use to you. Can you tell me about Akira? Do you really think Sir Akira's the culprit? I hate ladies seeing Kaori like this. Huh. You don't got much now, do you? Since Mistress Kiku passed away, Akane has been uneasy. It feels as if she's turned completely mute. She did mention going somewhere today, however. Where? Tell me. Now. Give me more. God damn it. First Mistress Kiku, now Sir Kanji. Shit's off. Come to think of it, I regret that I did not request Dr. Kumada to examine Mistress Kiku's body more thoroughly. Please find the truth for the sake of Mistress Kiku and Sir Kanji. And the inevitable third body. Because things always happen in threes. Guess I'll go chat up her some more. Done already? Hell no, I ain't. Let's run down your list a little bit more. Nope. Useless. Never do such a thing. Yeah, okay, I get it. No idea. Okay. Shit's useless. Shit's useless. Can't believe all this happened. Oh, that was absolutely nothing. You don't know much now, do you? Can I call for him? Doesn't seem to be here. Maybe I have to go run down his list more. It's possible. Either that or observe Kaori. What do you got? Run down the list. Okay, just repeating what you just said in a shorter method. Tell me where she went. I would like to know. No, I don't think so. Burn mark. Well, something burned. Don't know what. Don't know how. Not really getting much now, am I? Okay. Everything's fucking useless. Akane mentions how she was on her way out. I think she may have left the mansion already. Where did she go? How may I help you? By telling me information. That's how. Yep, okay, I know that. Fuck. Huh. Yard? Nope. Useless. Book? No. Useless. Travel? And I can observe her? Maybe. Possibly. Yep, complete wreck. Nope, look at her. I must feel her pain in my flesh. If only I had a solid lead to Akira's whereabouts, I can at least offer her some words of comfort. Unfortunately, I do not. And it's just a repeated line. So if it looks sturdy, at least she isn't gonna fall. At least like through the sofa by just cracking in half. Oh, hello there. I've got no idea what to do. I already ran through all the dialogue options. And, not really much else to go on. Not allowed to call anyone either? Huh. Is the ashtray still clean? Yup, still clean. Okay, what the fuck? Can I call Zenzo here? No, I have to go move to talk to him. No, she's out of the building, so I can't do shit with that. Take? Phone. Oh, I can call? What? Who would I call? Fuck. Who's the woman again? I lost it. That is, Kanji's wife, Kaori. Akira's mother as well. I just got to the point where Kanji died. This is the next day. I went to the Aishida Corporation building, and now I'm here, because she just got back from Paris. Just making sure to know, this is the first time I'm playing the game. I don't know shit. And, Oh, okay. Something I already ran through all. I ran through all your dialogue twice. Why am I just now was there some sort of flag in examining her? Look at this. What is this? It's a picture. Do I not know what a picture is? Man, I bumped my head really hard on that fall. It's a photo of Akira. I took it a long time ago, but this is all I have on hand. This is a valuable clue. Understood. I'll find your son. Yeah, so now I actually know what he looks like. Please use this. Well, she's gone. It's incredibly hard. Morning does suck. I feel like I've seen his face before. Where? Oh, it's a phone. I should probably, take that phone. Guess I better answer. Yeah, there's a ton of adventure puzzle-y type games where it's just a set order to do things. Where it's just you have to just trigger some sort of random flag elsewhere in the game, and it's like, then you go back and do some bullshit. Hello. Oh, John, it's you. Ayumi, what's the matter? I found it. Oh, by the way, the name of the character is John Ball Crusher. Found it. One of the stolen antiques. You know, just gotta let people know up front what I'm all about. What? There's a vase with the Ishida family crest on it at the antique store the town over. Store owner said a man in his early 20s sold it to him. Huh. I do plan on playing the Phoenix Wright games eventually. Early 20s. Akira's 23! Oh. And something else, just a little before Miss Kiku died. Akira's friend claims that he saw a car with Akira inside. Supposedly a man in his 40s was driving. Man in his 40s? You don't say! I figured it was best to tell you ASAP, so I called. I'll keep looking for more information. Sounds good. Thanks, Ayumi. Awesome work. You got it. I'll see you back at the office. I'll see you there. Was all this really because Akira was caught red-handed stealing antiques? And who was he seeing? And why? The man who Akira was in the cart with, I wonder if that's the person he was meeting the day that Will was a red. Hey guy, yeah, I found many things. Ayumi found something. That is great news. Miss Ayumi must be a talented detective as well, seeing as she works for the agency too. Yes, very reliable member of our team. Very good. Must be getting back to work now. Please call me if you need any assistance. Yeah, I'm hoping I get to interact with Ayumi more as well, because so far it's just been at nights back to the office. I only get to talk to her. Maybe I get to talk to her more in Girl Who Stands Behind. That is like a prequel, I do know. Police told me that yesterday over the phone, that it would take a little while to get the autopsy results back. Maybe they're available now. Sick. Fuck. Oh, right. Travel. To the clinic. Kanji's autopsy results might be available now. Let's go check it out. Let's go chat it up with dead bodies. About dead bodies. Not with the dead bodies. That'd be, really difficult to do. Hi, may I speak to the doctor for a moment? Oh, hi there, doctor. Detective is here to see you. Good timing. Why are you hiding behind the corner there? What? Oh, really? Let's hear it. Yeah, I'm also really looking forward to Girl Who Stands Behind because I'm much more interested into, like, the horror, supernatural stuff than, I guess, the murder mystery of this. I don't know. It's just... yeah. About Akira. Don't rush off without telling me who the autopsy results first. Okay, then tell me about... I don't have an option for the autopsy results. Show? The photo. Do you know who this is in the photo? Ah, so this is Akira. Yeah. This guy that used to go to Miss Kiku. Looks like an old photo, though. Take? clipboard. I'm gonna mess around all I want. Can you tell me the results? I don't have an option for it down here. What? Oh, what they know. Let's see. Your shirt doesn't fit you, but that's about it. That's it? That's all you got for me? That's all? Yeah, thanks, where... It's about an hour so far. Just, okay. Remember? Brains still don't work. Where the fuck are these autopsies? Okay, kanji. Right. Because it's kanji's autopsy. Okay, I'm a dumbass. I'm gonna blame that on me. According to the cops, by the time he was stabbed, because I just don't read, Kanji was already dead. It's very odd. He was already dead? Like, when he got stabbed? What? So you're saying that this may not have been Akira trying to cover for himself? Right. But aside from the knife wound, they didn't see any other wounds on his body that could have caused his death. Poison? So, how was Mr. Kanji murdered then? That's a mystery. Huh. There are no marks to suggest the cause of death other than the knife. How Kanji was murdered is a mystery. Okay. What they know? You're just gonna talk shit about my shirt? Yeah, thanks, man. Let's just run down the list. Just go down, one at a time. So, are we right to suspect Akira? I don't know. Akira's fingerprints are on the key that was near Kanji's body. That's why they're continuing the search for him. Alright. Is there another dialogue box? Akira's fingerprints? Nope. Kanda? And legal advisor. Don't have shit on him. Yuri. So we've just now... Okay. Gosh, you're persistent. You're making me blush. Yeah, whatever. Remind me to never talk to Doc-Man Kumada about Yuri ever again. I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. Like, goddamn, he's spreading his legs. You think every time I ask about this, I see an erection pop up. There are no marks to suggest the cause of... Yep, okay, we've already read through that. Tobacco case. As I said before, I only know what I've told you so far. And... oh, right, shirt insulting. Show. He's the one that I was going to Miss Kiku's place. Okay. Got it. Now what? It's Kumada. She's the only doctor in Myojin Village. I understand that. Remember? Remember correctly, Aimi said she'd never seen me wear this shirt before either. Did Amachi lend it to me? Curious about his shirt now. Maybe I'll drop by Amachi's place. There we go. That's a weird line of thought. Like, why? Sorry for the intrusion. Like, what's the deal with the shirt? Like, is it really that important? I guess it's gonna be pretty important if I'm gonna ask him about my shirt. Oh hey, it's a guy. Yes. Mr. Amachi, it's me. Ah, it's you. Hold on, I'll get the door. Hey guy, so what were you doing off by Suicide Point, huh? Considering I was just told, hey, no one goes by there, why were you there? So have you gotten your memory back yet? Hell no. I see. I was watching the news and they mentioned the incident you're investigating. Seems pretty complicated. To be honest, I'm a little worried about you. Just be careful. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Alright. Show. The photo. You know this guy? Sakura, huh? Seems pretty young. This is taken a long time ago. I see. It's an old photo. Alright, let's chat it up. This is a dangerous case. I'm worried about you. Alright, so that's your, I don't got much on this topic dialogue box. Legend. I'll tell you, believe the resurrection legend, too. No, I don't. Entirely possible that she could have faked her own death. This is a dangerous case. I don't know. It's possible. Yuri? Sorry. I don't know that person. About myself? Is this shirt? Huh? Oh, that. I belong to my cousin. Yours was pretty dirty, so I sent it to the dry cleaners. So you can just wear that until your shirt comes back. Oh, didn't realize. Keep wearing this for now, then. Thanks for lending it to me. Have I never gone back home by this point? Do I even know where my home is? What? If I've had this shirt since I've fallen off the cliff and he rescued me and took me back to the apartment, have I not changed my clothes since? What? How many days have passed? Do I not have other clothes at home? Do I just have the one outfit? What? Huh? Maybe I can help in some way or another. You can help by telling me more? Send your shirt to the dry cleaners. You can wear that? Okay. Can I not also buy another shirt? I'm a detective, right? Surely I'd have some money. This is useless. Where else can I travel to? Clifftop. Alright, let's go off. Maybe there's some stuff down here. I don't know. Oh, it's no longer sunset, but that was so pretty. Well, I wonder why I came here that day. Can't remember coming here at all. It's kind of how amnesia works. Apparently, I told Ayumi over the phone that I was going to meet someone there. Vincenzo said that I received a phone call from someone, then left, saying that I might obtain valuable information. Man, just can't remember. Just call for everyone. No one around. Hey, Kichi, you there? No? No one? Okay. Remember? No use. Travel back to the apartment, but I'm gonna look around first. Maybe I can find something. No. Suicide spot. Ground, it's just a ground. No. Can't find shit. Right side of the cliff? Only the grass where I landed is 4 to 5 meters down. That's where Amachi found me. Ocean is quiet. What a beautiful view. Yeah, there's not much really go on around here, so I'm gonna go back to the apartment. Hey, I'm back. Yeah. It's me again. Oh, you're back. Yeah, I just went to go to the cliff for, you know, no reason at all, apparently. Found nothing. Did nothing. Just kinda hung out there for a minute. Able to find any clues to the cliff? Hell no. I can go back to the cliff, so apparently there might be something there? I don't know. Can I take the coffee? Some later. For now, I have more questions to ask. Alright. More questions. Let's run down the list. If there ain't shit, then I don't know what. Dangerous case. Okay. Resurrection. Okay. Yeah, okay. Don't know shit. Okay. Dry cleaner. Okay. And why don't you go back to the cliff? Don't clues. Don't give up. Good idea. I'll head back there now. I guess I'm going back to the cliff. Apparently there's something there. I don't know. Okay. There might be something here then. It's no use. Look, examine. Where? I just had to check it another time. Okay, cool, got it, great, okay. But I have to look carefully. Okay, so that triggered something. Something changed. The world's state is no longer the same. I must look carefully. The cliff is known to be a suicide spot. Let's look around to the right side of the cliff. Apparently the grass where I landed is 4 or 5 times. Okay. Cool. Is this asking me to pixel hunt? That doesn't... Cliff? 25 meters down to the water. If I fell from here, I would have been done for. Ocean? It's pretty quiet. Sky? It's beautiful. Yeah, I figured. Nothing. Nothing. Yeah, okay, I've read that multiple times by now. Okay. I've investigated practically everything. Nothing's jumping out. As anything? Can I remember? It's no use. Is anyone here? No. Yeah, I'll try remembering again. Apparently it's no use. Huh. Maybe I'll go back to the apartment. If I'm not given another if I'm no longer given the travel prompt, then I'm done there. So hopefully I'm giving nothing. The less options I have, the better. Options are bad. There's never been a good time where options are useful. Never. Not a once. The cliff was fucking... I'm doing the option trap. Okay. Okay, you... Can you tell me something, please? This does feel useless. Amachi. Saved my life. Yeah, let's look around. How about the table? Spick and span. How about the coffee? It's fresh. How about the TV remote? Not allowed to touch it. How about the picture? Adds a colorful touch to the room. Photo? I'm not allowed to touch anything. Cool. Storage box? Well, I won't touch it. A lot of suspense novels. Maybe Amachi's a bit of a detective nerd. You know, might just enjoy a good read. Like, he doesn't need to be a detective nerd. Alright, there's fucking nothing. Okay, cool. Some sort of world state change. Maybe I'll go down the list and talk more. Because this is the only guy I can talk to. There's only so many options I can pick. There's only so many. Unless I'm completely oblivious about something, then there's only so many options I can pick. Apparently. Okay, there we go. Change. I found the change. It's happened. It's happening. Something new. I went. Couldn't find any clues. I see. That's unfortunate. Oh, wait a minute. Ha! I remember now. When you were lying half conscious, you muttered something. Something about a talisman. Does that ring any bells? A talisman? Tell me more. I said something about a talisman. It's That's right. Sure of it. Must be something important, right? I wonder. I'll try going to the cliff again. Again! More! Always back. Better chance of remembering now. Maybe you're right. I'll go check it out. Alright. World state has changed once more. We're good to go back. Oh, hey there. Someone's here. Excuse me. Yes? Wow, she's pretty. I wonder if this is the person Heikichi mentioned. Hi. Don't mind me asking, what are you doing here? Wondering what I'm doing here? That's what I asked. I'm just waiting for someone. My fiancé is supposed to meet me here. When he left town, he told me that he was going to succead, then come back to get me. This is the year he promised. I see. What am I doing telling all this to a stranger? Sorry about that. I'm Yukiko Fujimiya. What's your name? Oh, sorry. I'm John Ballcrusher. A detective. Investigating a crime about that occurred recently in this village. Do you have a moment to answer a couple questions? Okay. I don't mind, if you think it would help at all. Let's chat it up. Yes, this is a special meeting place. It's a very grim meeting place now, is it? What? Ayashida, are you a part of the family? The person I'm waiting for is a man named Kazuto Ayashida. What? Kazuto Ayashida? Yes, why? Do you know Kazuto? No, I don't. I was actually hired to investigate the Ayashida family. I see. Found out about the incident with the Ayashida family on the news. It's the same last name as Kazuto's, but never mentioned he was a member of that particular Ayashida family. So far in the investigation, the name Kazuto Ayashida hasn't really come up. I see. Ellipses. Well, I can do two... Oh, God damn it. I can do two things. Can I ask about Kazuto? I'm gonna ask. If you don't mind, would you tell me more about Kazuto? Well, he lived with his mother in the same town as me. And after his mother passed away, he left. He said he was going to become a lawyer. Huh. It sounds like Yuri's dead. He vowed that he would become successful. Yeah, let's be real. Yuri is the sibling to the other, of Kiku's children, so she'd be old enough to have an adult child. Kazuto would be probably about this woman's age, so probably like 20s, maybe early 30s, and yeah, probably around Akira's age, and he's probably the heir. I need to find this Kazuto. That's it. No, double click. Kazuto. No matter how much I call out to him, he doesn't come. But even so, I'd wait forever. So I guess Yuri's dead. Because she just said, hey, his mother dead. Thank you for your time, Yukiko. Alright, later. Have fun at that suicide spot. Waiting forever. Cool. Oh, welcome back, Sir Ballcrusher. I thought you'd be back at your office by now. Nah. So what do you know about Kazuto? Zenzo, do you know what Kazuto Ayashida? Where'd you hear that name? Not that I was trying to keep it in a secret. You see, Sir Kazuto is Lady Yuri's little brother? Not a child, brother. Huh. What? Miss Yuri has a little brother? Yes, but he's not Mistress... Okay. So, different family tree branch other than child, it's brother. Yes, but he's not Mistress Kiku's child by birth. It was the master that adopted and raised him as his own. Is he living here in the mansion? Yes, at the time, Sir Kazuto's birth mother lived in the back house. However, when the master died, Mistress Kiku shunned her, and she left the mansion. We don't know where her whereabouts now, but Sir Kazuto and Lady Yuri were very close. When Lady Yuri left home, I'm sure she was worried about Sir Kazuto. Sir Ballcrush, there's a chance that Sir Kazuto may know Lady Yuri's whereabouts. Sounds pretty good to know. What do you know about a talisman? Talisman? I'm afraid I don't have no knowledge of such things. Well, aren't you useless? Nothing outside of what I've... Cool, got it, great, fine, whatever. Can you tell me more about Kazuto? Oh, no shit. No. I don't need to. I'm good. I don't have that bad short-term memory. Seems like some of the villagers are gossiping as usual. The village still has a lot of ancient folklore. Relatives. The other day, Sir Jito visited the police for questioning. However, since he had an alibi, I'm sure he's back to business as usual at the company. I wonder what the police are thinking. Well, people, why would they suspect Sir Jito? Because he's probably evil. He's a businessman, they're all evil. They'd all murder a whole city if it meant money. Might I ask, who told you about Sir Kazuto? I heard it from a lady named Yukiko Fujimiya. She claims to be Mr. Kazuto's fiancé. Apparently, Mr. Kazuto said that he was going to become a lawyer and left. She hasn't heard from him in years. What? Sir Kazuto is also missing? Seems Mr. Kazuto is set to return this year, though. Yukiko said that she was waiting for him. That's so. Returning the same year Mistress Kiku died. I feel as though fate is pulling its strings. He has a point. Could Kazuto be involved in all of this? He wouldn't be a character if he isn't. I hate to cut our conversation short, but it is getting rather late. Oh, you're right. Look at the time. Alright. Later, man. Time to go, chat it up. And, recap the day. Back to the agency. Pretty late. Looks like Ayumi left a while ago. Ayumi, what would I do without you? Do I just sleep at the agency? No, I left. Where did I go? What are your thoughts on what went down so far? Okay. So, Akira is too obvious of a suspect. Too obvious. It can't be him. Someone put him up. Someone... I feel like his actions are completely separate to what happened. Or maybe not necessarily separate, but just... I doubt he did anything involving the murder. The guy talking to him in a car might be Kazuto? I don't know. He sure went out late last night. But, in terms of the death of Kanji, that wasn't stabbed. It could be poisoned. In which case, might have been I don't know. I was waiting for you because I wanted to tell you something, but I got anxious because you never came back. Yeah, sorry for worrying you. So, what'd you want to tell me? After I called you last night, I went to the bar that Akira frequented. Asked around, and it turns out that Akira owed some money to the Yakuza, but apparently somehow he found a way to pay. Exactly. His thievery had nothing to do with the murder. He was just in some shit. What's more, he told his friends that he was going to become the future CEO of Ayashiro Corporation. This happened just before Miss Kiku died. Huh. Ah, but I couldn't figure out who it was in the car with Akira that night. I'm sorry. It sounds like he was a gentlemanly-looking man in his 30s or 40s, probably Kazuto. He and Akira seemed like an unlikely pair, according to witnesses. Unlikely, huh? Guessing they're not exactly friends. Amy, would you mind helping me review yesterday's investigation before we head out for the day? Of course. Speculate. Let's get down to business. What if Akira sold the antique, then used the money to pay off his debt? What was his real intention? Akira was... It's probably his real intention. Akira was telling everyone that he was going to be this future CEO. And who was the man driving around with Akira? At first, it seems like Akira stabbed Kanji when he was caught stealing. But now we know Kanji was stabbed after he was already dead. Which was obviously someone trying to frame it on Akira. Someone knew he was down there at some point and tried to set it up. Which also explains why there wasn't that much like a blood splatter, it was just kind of contained to his body. Oh, in that case this murder must have been premeditated, don't you think? Are Kiku and Kanji's death part of somebody's plan? Yeah, in which case Kiku might also be poisoned. We should probably go ask Kumada, be like, hey, is there any, like, can you detect poison in any way? Hello, this is Uzuki Detective Agency. What? Oh no. Someone's dead. Jito's dead. I'm betting it. You're not gonna believe this. He's fucking dead. I called that shit. I fucking said he was gonna be found dead, like, today. Yeah, because, like, the start of... Like, it was either 2 days ago or yesterday where I was like, Jito's gonna be found he's gonna be found dead, not tomorrow, but the day after. What happened to Jito? Hello, Mr. Senzo. Did he already hang up? The head of the Aishido family, Kiku Aishido, died of heart failure. All of the family found it odd. Which is why I'm thinking it's poison. John Paul Crusher was hired by Zenzo to investigate, but during his investigation, a mysterious accident wiped his memory. In a village haunted by stories of resurrection, John finds himself navigating a complex family power struggle. Yeah, the blood was kind of just contained to his body, and there wasn't much splatter as far as I remember on the rest of everything. With the murder of the CEO of Aishido Corporation, Kanji, this case snowballs into a homicide. And now... multiple homicides. Zenzo was called with more unexpected news. What happened to Kanji's younger brother, Jito Aishido? John rushed to Myojin Village. You go. Well, shit. Well, that's fucked up. Awaiting me at Myojin Village was Jito Aishido's dead body. Why did he... No, it's clear this is not suicide. This is definitely someone put him in that position. For sure, for sure, for sure. I highly doubt that this is, suicide. Hey, you can't just walk up here like that. Oh, you're the detective from Utsuki's. Hey, guy. I'm sure you're aware, but please tread lightly. Dr. Kamada is conducting an autopsy, so give him some space. Give him all the space he needs. What you got? Cause of death. It's clearly a suit. No, it isn't. It's not going to be. That's bullshit. You can ask Dr. Kamada for more details. Yeah, thanks for nothing. It's clearly... Yeah, thanks for nothing. And what do you know? Probably fucking nothing. Found any notes left behind at the site. Yeah, this is definitely... Nah, this is definitely a murder frame suicide. Call Kamada. Dr. Kumada! Oh, hey, John, gosh, can you believe how crazy things have gotten? It's possible, entirely possible, that this might be Kazuto's doing. Because he was like, I'm gonna go off, and when I come back, I'll be super successful. And he could have promised Akira, like, hey, yeah, and he could have promised Akira, like, hey, when I'm in charge, I'll set you up as the future head and whatever. It's entirely possible that this is all Kazuto's doing, because we've yet to meet him, and all the rest of the family that estranged him is just dying off one after another. First Kiku, now Kanji, now Jito. All the people who would be in charge. And the only person left is Yuri, who is missing completely. But who knows? Don't know. What you got? From what I can see, he died from asphyxiation by hanging. Time of death. It's the approximate time of death. Between midnight and 1 a.m., Zenzo was the first to discover the body this morning during his morning walk. Can't believe Zenzo found yet another body after Kanji. Hope he's okay. Yeah, that's definitely gonna weigh heavily on him. Just take a look. I am looking. But, can you tell me, you're the one who's actually, like, close to him, allowed to be close to him, dealing with him? You would know way more than just what I can see. Did you notice anything from the area where Jito's body was found? You can look for yourself. Yeah, cool, thanks. Asshole. I heard Zenzo was the first to discover the body, but he's not around. Maybe he's back at the mansion. I'm not allowed to... Okay. Look and examine? Kumada? What's going on? Where? There's also the fact that this, if you want to metagame this as crazy as possible, the chapter name is called The Second Victim. Like, it couldn't be more obvious by the game telling us that, yeah, it's not suicide. Jito Aishu's body is hanging lifelessly. It does make me wonder, like, the original graphics on the Famicom. Like, how is all this drawn? I'm curious now, because, like, yeah, sure, this is some beautiful artwork, but I do want to see the original pixels. See how, like, how much is kept over, how much has changed. This rope is cinched so thoroughly, it's tied 2 or 3 times. Anything I can observe on his body? No. And see, here's some other bullshit about this. Oh wait, there is a stool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna, like, Google, or look up, like, on Sprite resources, see if I can go in there and download, like, all the sprites and backgrounds and shit, and art, after I beat the game, of course, because there's a step ladder. I thought, like, oh, maybe there's no ladder, but yeah, there's a ladder. Jito used it before he died. I would observe that for fingerprints, because I'm sure the person who actually did this just planted it there. Forensic team is working hard. Grass is tall, searching is difficult. See the mansion from here. Wonder what was going through Jito's mind before he died. Grass is tall around here. Must make it difficult to search for evidence. Right. Alright, let's keep talking. Let's run it through one more time. If not, then I'll call over the other policemen. But I can see he died from asphyxiation by hanging. Time of death was between midnight and 1. Got it. Let's take a look. I did. Anything else about the rope catch your eye? Well, actually, the rope was tied pretty thoroughly. Guess he was determined to die. Ellipses. Anything more? You have a point. The rope was tied very thoroughly, like he was determined to die. No, you do not. Okay, policeman. You need anything? Just try to stay out of the way. Talk. Alright, you're gonna have absolutely nothing useful. Okay. Let's not talk to you. Oh, do you want to talk to Zenzo? He's back at the mansion. He'd ask Zenzo for details about how and when he discovered the body. If I need to talk to anyone from the mansion, I'll call them over here on my way back to the clinic. That'd be great, thank you. A while after Kamado left, Zenzo and Azusa came to the site of Jito's death. Oh, Sir Ball Crusher! Sir Jito! Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't come over. I wanted to check the site as soon as possible. Why do all these terrible things happen to the Aishiro family? Let's chat it up. First Kanji, now Jito. What on earth is going on? Oh, that's the call engaged problem. No, let's talk to Zenzo first. Let's run through one person at a time. Alright, 3 options. Good. Zenzo, you were the first to discover Jito's body, correct? Yes, I was. So shocked I was speechless. What's your alibi? What were you doing last night between midnight and 1 AM? I turned in early. And no one's there to corroborate your alibi, so it's kind of flimsy at best right now. Did you notice anything unusual about Jito the last time you ever saw him? Well, actually, Sir Jito visited the mansion last night. Oh, that's great. Jito isn't usually at the mansion. Sir Jito returned to get something he had forgotten at the mansion. He seemed relieved after being cleared of suspicion. Not able to find what he was looking for, however. Okay. What you got? What are you gonna do for me? Hey, tell me about him. Don't be ridiculous. Jiro would never commit suicide. Oh, I just noticed. On the right, they put a thing over him to come down from the tree. So you're saying Jiro was murdered? I don't know. Tell me. Where were you? What were you doing between midnight and 1? What's your problem? I don't have to tell you that. You actually do? Like, without an alibi, you're basically prime suspect 1. Because it's like, what the f- you had opportunity then. Then all you would need is motive. And basically, you know, it's fucking useless at that point. I've been Akira killed Kanji and then Jito. I could be next. Hold on, why would Akira want to kill any of you? Who knows what he's thinking. So, about the man Akira was seen with. What's your problem? I don't have to tell you anything. You probably should tell me stuff. It'd be very good to tell me stuff. I'm kind of trying to solve the issue here. You know, you're being freaked out about, oh, I might be next, but not telling me anything is making it harder to find the guy so nothing happens to you. Is Akane not here? I guess they're not. I'm gonna look at that first, and then run through their dialogue once more. Jin's body is in there. Yep, got it. Cool, got it. Let's run it through again. Don't know shit, not a suicide. Yeah, I can probably guess that pretty easily. I don't mean to offend you, it's just important I ask, so please, what were you doing between midnight and 1? Ellipses. I was at the mansion. I feel like you're lying. I told you I was at the mansion. Ugh, how dare you even ask? Nothing else to say. Okay, I guess she's just gone. Can I call her back? And no. Well, I guess that tells me that there's no more dialogue options with her. Hey, Zenzo. What you got for me? Oh, he's speechless. Alibi. Last night I turned in early. Oh, come to think of it. Before Sir Jito left the mansion, Sir Kanda telephoned and asked for him. Kanda handed the phone to him. Kanda, the family lawyer, called Jito. She confirmed that with Kane. The person not here. Where's Akane? Kane's at the mansion. Okay, I think I'll go talk to her. I think the police still need to talk to me, so I will stay a little longer. My apologies for not being able to accompany you. Oh, don't worry about it.